Oh, Canada, our home and native land, we stand on guard for thee. Our beautiful, wonderful neighbors to the north. My heart breaks for all of you, your nation. You guys are the best neighbors. You know, the border that runs across the United States and Canada, it's the longest contiguous border in the world that does not, wait, what was it? Was it that it's the longest border between nations that's just open, an open border? I forget what the statistic was, but it's the longest nation. It's the longest border because it doesn't have like a river, like a natural division. It's just land, and it makes it really unique and special here. And so, gosh, Canada, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about our horrible president and administration and Republican Party that has not done anything to hold him accountable. And I don't even know where to begin with my sorrow for that. This shouldn't be happening. Canada has really stepped up to the plate in many regards, and where the United States stepped down with Trump in protecting and taking in refugees, really embracing diversity and science and climate, and where the United States dropped off, they stepped up. And I feel like it's no accident that the flight that was chosen to be downed in Iran had that many Canadians. There was a reason. It's no accident. And so I did a reading earlier, part 1 and 2, about the Boeing flight that went down. I looked at a horoscope, and I added the tarot to it when the plane went down. And this is separated by the tarot, USA, Iran, Canada, Ukraine. So I am going to highlight Canada here so that I can see where these are. I had some requests today to read on Canada, the relationship with what's happened, and how Russia attacked. This is a reading I just did on Prime Minister Trudeau. And last night, is it part 1 or part 2 of the airplane reading? I felt a big presence of like those who were involved in the accident and have passed on. Just like I feel them entering again, because they were very interested in this last night, and I promised that I would read again and invite them to come so that we could share what's going on. And my bias here, of course, is with Canada, because when this horrible accident began and they said how many Canadians were on board, it was just a glaring mark that was on purpose, and it was a terror attack in that regard, and that our government participated in that. Okay, so I find this interesting. I'm so glad that you guys still have Justin Trudeau. I know he got hit really hard with the propaganda and the hacking of you guys' election. Thank God you guys elected him. But I know that, yes, there were some true things and facts that came out that were not becoming for him at all. And I felt like the propaganda media really tried to exploit that and create false equivalencies, and that's what dominated. But anyway, that's behind. So I read on him tonight to check in to see what was going on, and it is interesting here. Where am I? Where are you? Okay. So we have the card of the reading. Mother Russia, Trump Russia. Interesting, he knows right away Trump is involved with this. The signifier, oh, so sad. The Five of Pentacles, this is not the poverty card. These are the churches across Canada, Ottawa. They're filled. Families and communities are grieving and weeping. This is the people outside are the people who are trying to get into their families, or the services are over, but this is one of community. It's sorrow, but the warmth and the glow of these lights are just radiant. Out of so much sorrow, I just feel so much hope out of this. I have chicken skin. And we're going to find out what this message is about. But until then, we're grieving with them. This is covered in, for Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister Trudeau, this is covered in the Two of Pentacles, trying to keep that balance of managing, this tragedy, trying to assimilate information, trying to make good decisions, trying to stay on top of it and have good leadership. His challenge, though, like the rest of us, is finding justice. How do we have justice upon this act of war, this act of terror? How do you find justice in that? What's at the very base and foundation of this reading, of course, is the devil himself, Stub Putin. And what's crowning this is everything, all the hostility and the aggression that was in the air, and it's just kind of like a tornado of details to deal with, and he absolutely wants to get to the bottom of this and fight for Canada and work with the intelligence agencies and get this right. Because what happened in the past, literally overseas, Canadians perished. They're not making it home. Which is going to lead to plenty of investigations. This is what I find interesting. How do we see Prime Minister Trudeau? Well, he's got a plan of action. And I wanted to know more about what that was about. This Three of Cups keeps coming up a lot lately amongst different groups of people. For Prime Minister Trudeau, we have the Three of Cups, which is some sort of celebration, a coming together rapidly. The missiles and the heavy-duty judgment that is coming with this. I wanted to know about this Three of Pentacles because, of course, Devin Nunes's Three of Cups is looking very different than the Pelosi or the Schiff or the FBI or the Bill Barr Three of Cups right now. Well, this Three of Cups has to do with Russian strength, Donald, separating them, laying down the gauntlet. He has a lot of intelligence of what's going on. I've checked in with him, like when we had the G20, everything, the big you know, conferences that have been organized where Justin's been there with all of them. He has lots of intelligence he's been hanging on to. So I think he's probably going to lay the gauntlet on some things. It's nice that he knows, I mean, right at the bat, he knows that these two are involved with it. And the Three of Cups, Russia, Trump, and this act of war. So this he knows. This he knows. The environment is one of war, death, death. This is interesting. Because tonight, look at this, his hopes. That Donald's getting impeached. This is what's been coming up all night on the eve of the full moon eclipse. It signifies essentially the Republican Party turning on Donald and he's getting impeached. Interesting that Justin would know that as well, and he hopes it happens. Spheres, United States. I probably need a clarifier on that, but it has to do with how she's going to react. Is she strong? What is going to happen? And our worst fears with our neighbor to the south. His next steps. Speaker Pelosi. That's how I see it. I know he's been talking. I know that all of our allies have been working with Speaker Pelosi for the past year. She is their go-to person. So when I wanted to clarify what is this about with Speaker Pelosi and next steps, I got the White House. The fight that the White House is going through with the Six Wands mob. So he's going to consult with her about what happened because Six Wands mob and White House and their attack. So that's part of his plan. And what's to come, it's just a nightmare. We all just know it's going to an utter nightmare. There's just nothing, just tragic. I wanted to clarify on that Queen of Cups. That Queen of Cups reversed as a fear. What is that? Are these missiles? Impeachment? Votes? I have no idea what that's about. I think that's about the uncertainty of which United States of America is going to show up. Are they still hung up? Who are they? Are they gonna fight us, or are we gonna get their help to fight? It's just been heartbreaking what's happened between us because we used to do so much together, and now this one thing is happening, and now we don't know how to. Yeah. I'm sorry, Canada. Okay, so the question was about Russia. What is Russia doing to Canada? I will tell you though, ever since I wasn't able to vote, you know how I'm obsessed with these cards. That's how obsessed I was sleuthing. after I wasn't allowed to vote in the 2016 election, even though I showed my voter registration card and my ID. I was still denied a ballot because the machine that dialed for an authorization code so I could get a ballot, I asked for a provisional ballot, denied me. That little machine had to call in for a code. That was the e-polling book. We're talking about machines being hacked. The other point of suppressing the vote are those e-polling books. It, you know, dials in, somehow gets all your personal information, and then whether or not you get a ballot. My state was hacked. I was denied a ballot. And that's why I read tarot cards now, because I wanted to find out what happened to my ballot. I was even wearing white that day. Suffrage white. I wasn't in all white, but I was trying to find symbolic things. I wore my dearly departed grandmother, my aunt, my mom. I was wearing special jewelry of theirs to go with me to go vote. And I didn't. And so I've been sleuthing a lot. So Canada, the disinformation campaign against you guys in social media, I was seeing, I think as early as the summer and the fall of 2017. When I saw the MCGA, I'm like, what? What's that? And horrible. And I was like, they are going to be under attack just like us. And sure enough, we saw it just ramped up. Anyway, yes, Russia has been at it with your country and your elections and engulfing you in propaganda, much like the United States. And but you guys don't seem to be in as bad of a media blackout that we are in the United States. Probably because you don't have Fox News. Lucky you. And you guys don't apologize for that. So, Tarot, I want to know what is Putin and Russia's view of Canada? No, what's their goal with Canada? What is the goal? What is it that they want to assert? Have a cooperative relationship with Canada. What is it that they want? What does Russia want with Canada? Russia could do anything they wanted to do. What would they do with Canada? Because we already know you guys have enough, you know, the pro-Russia, we know that there are people that are living there that actively engage with stuff. And anyway, what's the bigger plan? Man, does this just feel dark and heavy. That was me who said go away, telling this dark energy, go away. It's such pansy ass energy, by the way, because it comes in all scary and you just kind of look at it and tell it gets scared when you bark back. They're like, no, we're not. I'm like, yes, you are. Go. They're gone. What's the plan? Oh, for Canada. This is the plan Russia has for you guys. And I'm betting for Prime Minister Trudeau. Signifier. Do this to Prime Minister Trudeau. That is their goal. Cover him in what? And Canada. But money. Flood Canada with overwhelming amounts of friendly money, business money, PAC money, campaign money, municipal projects, gas projects, petroleum Look at all this money you could have, Canada. The challenge is what? Yeah. Emperor orange clown shoes because Canada hates him. Oh, that's awesome. It's at the very basis of what Russia wants with Canada. The Knight of Pentacles. Mine is reversed. Is this supposed to be reversed? Should this be reversed? No, they're saying no because this was left over from before. I didn't set them straight. Got it. Okay, so this is supposed to be... So the very basis of this are the men who are going to come in with money and talk to your corporations. You know, gas lines, gas companies. Maybe there's some areas in Canada where productivity and industry has... dried up. Well, they're going to help build something for you guys. That's how they're going to get their grubby paws in your country, if they haven't already. What's crowning this? Russia's plan with Canada. Timing. It's always about timing and opportunity. We make our own luck. Because what happened in the past? Russia, they stole stuff. They stole the elections elsewhere. We're going to come and steal it there. Stolen elections leading to what? Let me put this back. She's going to lead to what? Ooh, investigating. So if they've stolen elections, so their plan is to come there, investigate, kind of like how they did here. You know, map out our electrical grid, map out, get people on the ground to kind of, you know, hang out and see how people talk there, what's important there, and really get people on the ground to assess what's going on. How do we see Russia and their planning with Canada? Bribes, money laundering, crypto, all that stuff. That's how we see it. It's always about the pentacles. What's the environment like? Russia. The sun. To light a brilliant light for what? Because illuminate what? Women. Exploit. Speaker Pelosi. I am telling you, they are trying to get to Speaker Pelosi because she's so powerful. They want to get there to... she's just out of control for them. And money. Women and money. Conservatives. That's their plan. Women leadership. To work with the United States. Finding women in Canada work with the United States with new money that are conservative so that they can launch projects. That's some BS. Sorry. We want your other women. Passionate young women. I think they're targeting passionate young women because you guys are so nice. Be careful of them. Wasn't that how something, remember? Ronan Farrow broke the Harvey Weinstein story, but somehow someone else was involved in breaking a story. And they used Black Cube from Israel, spy agencies, to try to get in to the investigative reporting so they could find out what people had to stop it from coming out. Why am I even talking about this right now? That's how they're going to do it. Something like that. They are going to embed spies targeting successful young women. What's the hope? What did I just say? They're going to embed spies there targeting specific groups of people. Their fear is what? Sorry, this is my Soleimani card. That is the past, nostalgia. I don't know what happened in the past. Just going to lead to retreating. They're going to get their people on the ground and then just kind of retreat and embed. Oh, God. Ugh. Final outcome. Incoming Russia messages. And once that gets set up, bam, here comes the social media and all the Russia messaging. And it is going to be a huge arse burden for the country of Canada to deal with. Sorry, you guys. Okay, I have to upload this part because, you know, uploading doesn't go too well for me these days. Okay. Thanks, you guys. We'll come up with part 2. I want to do... I have so much reading I have to get done today. We're going to talk about the angels in Canada, okay? And we'll tap into these guys. Okay, thanks. Love you guys.